Hey guys, this is Miko here. I wanted to intro this video. This is a bit longer, but we rated 64 builds here, which is a lot. The reason why we did it this way without like light, medium, or heavy, or with ultimates or yada yada, like all those, etc., like all those things, is because it increases the amount of combinations for the ults, and I didn't do this with artifacts in here either, because that would increase the amount of permutations, and that would just make it very, very difficult to rate everything effectively. So the rating system that we did for this was you rate this based off the best build that you think is possible from this. So for example, for Firestaff Blunderbuss, this would typically be with the normal Firestaff right now, and this would be with Pestilence. Chat said, or if there was SS, that meant that chat had a large majority of people that were just voting S, and then those builds I specifically put in SS, but the builds that got some S's and some A's and were somewhat closer, those ended up in S or S+, depending on those rankings, if that makes sense. So that was like kind of how these were laid out in terms of like what got voted to what, in terms of the criteria for every single build. SS tier was basically any single PvE build, because PvE builds in OPR do just hard carry at the end of the day, and if you want to win your OPR matches, you really need to PvE. That being said, if you don't want to PvE and you want to play it to have fun and get some good value, check out some of these builds that are SS tier. Those are really good. S tier builds also can kind of carry with little to no help. This is a solo queue based tier list, not a group play tier list. If you're doing group queue and OPR, you should be able to win basically without too much trouble, to be honest. If you're doing group play and OPR and you're struggling, you're like really kind of lacking in terms of group synergy, or you're maybe playing some like really, really bad builds. But typically, as a group in a queue, you should be able to win basically every single OPR. A tiers ones for builds that can carry with some help. So those are like those builds like Great Axe Warhammer, which might be traditionally really good, but from a solo queue perspective, are less good in OPR. B tier builds, they provide some value. They do something. They're not as insane as some other builds, but they're still good. C tier builds, they probably shouldn't be played, but are like playable to a degree. And F tier builds are just something that probably should not be played. Most builds we did not actually put in F tier that were pretty bad, but we did vote on some that ended up in F tier. I tried to eliminate those because it would, again, just increase the amount of builds that we had to rate, and I didn't think that would be very fun. In terms of how this kind of tier list turned out, I'll go over chat ones briefly here. I didn't vote on SS's for my build, but I let chat pick some SS's if they really, really thought something was insane and kind of broken. So a lot of Firestaff stuff ended up in SS. Lifestaff with Rapier ended up there. It's just like a lot of builds that are kind of solo carry, a little bit more range DPS focus, a little bit less heal dependent DPS builds, or healers ended up very, very high in this list in general. Those healer builds are able to kind of keep the entire team alive. You're able to live effectively if you're good with the Rapier versus kind of most OPR esque builds. And by living, your team is just going to inherently get value, or should get value, and you should be able to carry that harder than most other builds. There are some other like kind of quirky builds here, like S and Flail. This is like the best disruptor build in the game right now. This got an S, even though it's like relatively difficult to play. We'll see how the meta shapes up with the Shrinking Heals nerf, but there's a few in there that are kind of interesting. Flail with IG and VG got rated relatively high. I think that was maybe a little bit of an exaggeration. I think it requires a little bit of like team coordination, but this is a build that can live fairly well without too much like help, which kind of makes sense why I got rated higher than something like Great Axe Warhammer from a solo queue OPR standpoint. Lifestaff with Flail got rated very high. This is a build that doesn't get punished as hard in OPR and still provides a lot of value. Just a very solid Lifestaff build. And then IGVG got rated high because you're able to kind of skirt around and live while providing a lot of value to clumps. Now, if it's not clumpy, I think this build is terrible, so I kind of disagree with that one to a degree. But my tier list, I did put like 2 builds in SS in hindsight. So Firestaff with Blunderbuss, I think, is insane in OPR, and it just is able to win basically every clump fight. It's able to win 1v1s. It's able to win small skirmishes because of the way that Blunderbuss works with exhaustive net shot. It just sets you up super, super well. And then there's Lifestaff with Rapier here. Just insane for a build. Not much to hate about it. I put a lot of like more ranged-oriented builds and a lot more assassin-oriented builds in S than I think chat did. But the assassin-oriented builds, you like Greatsword with Hatchet, you have to be really careful. If you're a really good player, this build is insane. If you're not a good player, this build can be a C tier or F tier. But I think most people that play this build proficiently are just insane with it, and they just are able to get so much value. So that's why I rated that still high. I won't go through every single rating here, but in general, those builds that are a little bit more self-sufficient, the builds that are a little bit more range heavy, or can just solo kill people on their own, ended up in a higher tier list here. With that being said, if you guys have specific questions, I would make sure to try to check the timestamps, try to find where your build is rated in here, because it gets a little bit crazy and everything was sorted originally, so it should be a little bit easier to follow. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. An S tier is if you can carry with this build without any help. A tier is if you can carry with some help. B is it does something. C is you probably shouldn't play it. And F tier is like don't play this build, if that makes sense. So if it's not a solo carry build, like this is solo queue OPR. If you have a group in OPR, you're gonna win. But if you're alone in OPR, this is like basically the tier list. And PvE builds are just SS tier. They're just better than every build on this list. But yeah. So this first one we got C. That's what I would have put too. And I'm just gonna like kind of keep it going. That one was like a little bit slower, but trying to just power through this. But I've seen Greatsword Flail a little bit, just experimented with. It just doesn't really kill super well. S tier is Bruiser basically assuming has a healer. Yeah, if Bruiser had a healer, it would be S tier, but Bruiser typically doesn't get a heal in every OPR. It's kind of RNG. Let me throw in some music in the background too. But this one, this is Flail Warhammer. This is like a build I've seen in War a little bit more than OPR, but it has the potential to do things, I think. Like, you can, like, get kills with this build. And you can live decently well as well, because the Flail can help you get out. It's like between a Disruptor and like a ball hitter, if that makes sense. Alright, let me end pull. I'm just going to do it like after 15 seconds or something like that. You guys put B. I would probably put A, but that's a little bit controversial. I wish there was a faster way for me to type out a pull, but... Alright. Here's the next one. We got Flail Hatchet. So if you want to just live forever and run around, you could run this. Not gonna sway the vote yet, but I mean, I think where this could be viable maybe is like more so towards PvEing than PvPing, to be honest. I haven't seen this that much, to be honest, but it seems viable because you could go Strength with Flail, Strength with Hatchet, and use it as some sort of like CC one-shot combo build potentially. Yeah, no, you guys are all F. Yeah, I'm there with you. Trying to make a case for the random builds, but next one is Flail BB. So Flail BB, kind of a one-shot-ish combo build, but can do a little bit more than that. I think the most common thing I've seen with this is people just go trip and auto shrap, and that could do a decent amount of damage. It's not a pure one-shot, but with the staggers from the Flail, you can get them to a point where this basically can one-shot given the right circumstances. And then outside of that, Flail's just good disruption. BB's really annoying to deal with, especially with exhaustive net shot, so it's like a very decent build. I already have storage issues. I should not watch this. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna let this one run on a little bit. You guys are really tight. I'll put my rating in here, not to sway the vote. In terms of S tier, this could carry with little to no help. I think this is one of those builds that you can roam and it can do enough on its own for it to be S tier, in my opinion. But I think we're gonna end up with A tier from chat. Yeah, I think we're ending with A. This is one of those like best dueling builds at the moment. Yeah. So you got S, A, and B. So I'll end up putting that with S from you guys. All right, this one is Flail Great Axe. So Flail Great Axe is like very, very speedy. Like you can get in and out. Good disruption. This is like basically just a clump hitter build. It feels like one of those builds that a crack player can make good. Yeah, yeah, that's what I think for Flail Blunderbuss. Like someone could make it good, but I don't know if it's necessarily insane on its own. Let me zoom in a little bit too, so it's a little bit easier to see. And then hide that. But Flail Great Axe, interesting build for getting in, doing some disruption. Good at hitting clumps, maybe, but I wouldn't say it's a super common build to see. I think this is sort of like when you get a Bruiser player, it like kind of wants to play it, this class, but it doesn't do everything alone. Why is any PV build SS? Because any PvE build is just better than any PvP build in OPR. It's just kind of a fact. It's just a given. No, it's just a given. Like, I don't think there's a better PvE build than a PvE build. So you guys got between C and F. So I'll do like C minus. I was gonna say this is like a B, like a low B. Because I think you can hit a clump with this, and it can move around really fast. But this build fights itself so hard. Yeah, it does. So we're on 7 now. We got Flail Ice Gauntlet, the shot caller build of sorts. You guys saw me play this when the PTR first came out. I played this a lot. It's a disruption build, only like 4 players in a war. Yeah, it's like one of those disruption builds. Honestly, this is more likely a C build than a B build. You probably shouldn't play it. It does have an identity crisis. I think full IG will be the next best build next patch. It will do a ton of damage next patch. I think this build like can literally kind of live indefinitely, which is the main thing going for it. I'm probably gonna put it in A for me. You guys look like you have an S. IGBB and Firestaff IG are both nuts. Yep. We're gonna get to those in a bit. I just have it alphabetical. Or, I don't even know if it's alphabetical. It's just whatever the sorting thing did. Alright, we got an S. For anyone just joining, we're doing kind of rapid fire build ratings for OPR solo queue. Description of like what belongs in each tier is here. I've got chat and then I've got what I'm rating. So now we're on Flail Void Gauntlet. This is the main build I play. I'm stuck on ads, Keck. Gosh dang it. You can't you can't vote. This one is Flail VG. So this is the build I play. I think this is gonna be S. Yeah. But it's also biased because it's my stream. It could heal a little bit. It mostly is just good at like diseasing and disrupting clumps. It's just like one of the best clump killing builds in the game from a solo queue standpoint. I got to see it carry me. Alright, I'm gonna end that. That one's like pretty clear. 9. Alright, we got Flail Spear. I think the idea here is you can go do some funny stuff with Jav. So yeah, double pull. It's the silly build. It's the throw Curio across the map build. Yeah. Or you could just pull them in the trip and then do some funny stuff if you really want to. But it's like a combo-oriented build. I don't think it's very commonly ran though, so it's like kind of hard to see where this like could land. What a start to this vote. Yeah, it just goes everywhere. Solid B, I would say. I'm gonna put it in B. But I don't know if I'm gonna bias the vote. SNS Spear is better. Yeah, SNS Spear I think is better too. Like you can play this, but it's like not quite as good. Like it does something, so that's like the B tier. It provides some value, but it's not like perfect. At the end of this, I'm gonna sort it, and then we could see like where you guys ended up, and where I ended up. So this is Greatsword Flail. Greatsword 10 is duplicate. Yeah, it is. You're right. Let's get rid of that. Let's end this poll. You could technically play it with Serenity, but I think that's like enough of a duplicate where we don't technically have to worry about that. Yeah, keep catching it out because I scanned through this, but I didn't like do too much. There are some builds where it's like it's a pretty clear difference between what you're main handing and what you're offhanding. Keep the polls to see if we're consistent enough. Alright, so this is Greatsword Sword. So this is like a engage build. Like you could use the sword to engage potentially, but you're looking to try to set up those like big Serenity hits. You could do something like you go in for a sword hit, try to stagger into a stun, then go for the great sword hit from behind and see if you have enough damage there to finish. Like that's where I could see it being okay. I don't know if it's like really an optimal build, but it's like one of those SNS combos, the weakest of all SNS strength combos. Yeah, I mean it does have like the dex going on both weapons too, so you can get a little bit fancier with it. Feel like it's a low B. I think it's like a high C, low B for me, but like you could do it, but I don't think it's like perfect. You guys got C? I'm probably gonna lean towards C. It's like between C and a B. Feel like it's a low B. Like I'm probably I'll do C plus. Like I'll be a little bit generous for it. All right, we got Greatsword Bow. This is kind of like used a lot in OPR. I'm not gonna lie. SMS Greatsword is what your old man tank plays in OPR because he has no other PvP builds. Okay, yeah, that's true. This is like the mystical build. Like he plays this a lot, or used to. Greatsword Bow, I feel like is like budget bow rapier to a degree, but it's like, oh, you can be a melee and you can be in range, but it's like I don't know if it's as good. It's like it's a used build though. I hate this build because people just run it because no bow artifact yet. Yeah, but that's good for OPR where you don't have melee. Yeah, it's true. Like it's something. This is looking like a B from you guys. I'm gonna be aggressive here and put it in C personally. I don't think it quite works. I think it's a little awkward. But it can work. A, B, and F. So it's a B minus, I think? Or a C? I think we'll just go with B there. Maybe B minus. Alright, 12. Yeah, you can't play bow without finisher. It's like kind of awkward. You lose a lot of your DPS. I don't think it quite works, but see, there are just better bow builds, and better greatsword builds. That's what I would think. All right, this is Greatsword Warhammer. This is actually like kind of a nice like pseudo tank. Like you can like really be aggro with it and stun people a lot and disrupt. I don't know if I've seen it otherwise play besides like as a pseudo tank. It's not like awful as a pseudo tank either. Like it lives very, very well. It's very hard to kill. No one writes strike protection. It's this huge tech that has a lot of usage. Yeah, I think it's underrated. I don't know if it's good, but it's definitely underrated. Like I don't know if it's like insane. I feel like this is like an A minus for me. Like it's good enough, but it's not like insane. I'm not giving you guys pluses and minuses, but if it's like on the borderline, I'll do something. What does Greatsword Warhammer have over Great Axe Warhammer? It could just live longer in a certain spot. Because you can use the stance that puts your block up, and then you just kind of freeze everyone that's attacking you, and you can just live for a bit longer. It hits most check hit boxes, but lacks OP. Yeah. Or checked boxes, but lacks OP. Yeah. Great Sword Hatchet. This is a build. I know what I'm rating this, but it's like I think there's a big difference between good players with this build and bad players with this build. It's like you could go from Twofer or Whelps to like the dude that's just running around at Mach 10 dying over and over. Alright. A good Greatsword Hatchet's like a nuke. Yeah, that's what I think. Like I'm probably gonna put this at S to be honest, but I can understand like putting it lower. It's more of an arena build in your opinion? Yeah, it's better it's best as like sort of a PvE build. So that's like A from you guys, I think, averaged out. I'm probably gonna say it's either low S or A. Probably low S. I'll do high A. Yeah, it's like a skill thing. Like it's not like insane on its own, but if you're like good at the game, it's like very good. No, that's S, bro. I'll put it on low S. I think it really depends on the player. Yeah, it is like very, very high with the pocket. I'm like between high A and low S. This is Greatsword Blunderbuss. I don't exactly when when you would play this build, but it is something that you could play. I don't exactly see how the combos would work. Exhaust net shot BB. Yeah, it's a very cheesy build. Okay, I'm gonna end the poll. That one I think is pretty obvious. So around 15 now. I'm gonna move this down a little bit, and let's do what do you call it? How do I freeze this? Freeze first row. There we go. So now we're looking at Greatsword, Great Axe. Sorry, I keep moving everything. So Greatsword, Great Axe. This is like you can kind of go in and get out. It's like sort of disruptor heavy, but you could also do stuff at times. Just a worse hatchet route. I used to play this build with some bruiser. It's okay, very nimble. Yeah, it has good movement. And you have a grav well, which is nice. I think you could run this with like Reap too, and you can do some funny stuff at times. It's just meh though. It, but can you live? Yeah, I don't think you would be able to live very well. But you have like charge and stuff. I know some people that used to play this build. So I'm probably gonna put this at B as well. Like I know some people that main that build specifically and they were good. With it, but it's not very popular anymore. Alright, we got Greatsword Spear. It's the kind of the de facto like old disruptor build. Greatsword and Scorpion finisher. Yeah, you could either do it with Scorpion. It's like whatever which one you think is better, but it's like if you have a Scorpion, you could combo that into Greatsword. If you have a Serenity, you can use that, and then you have a Spear as kind of a backup kind of thing, as like kind of a setup tool. Yeah, it's a very poke oriented build. Like it's good at zoning. I'm probably gonna cut this. Well, no, you guys have a close one. Maybe I will wait this one out. I'm putting this in A. Like I think it's good, but you definitely need heals. Cyclone is such a good skill mechanically. Yeah, Cyclone's very good. I don't think this build can like live on its own is its only problem. Like it's a little bit too dependent. I went with B. Lots of utility, but awkward. Yeah. Alright, we got sword and shield flail. Can I just SS the sword and shield flail? Yeah, if it gets enough S's, we'll do SS. If it gets enough S's. But if it doesn't get, like, if it got, like, 10 S's, I will do SS. Oh, why'd I put D? The D is an F. Sorry, I autoed. Stagger build? Yeah. That's kind of boring, though. Yeah. It is very 1D, but you have a lot built into the kit. Yeah, you run shirking heals with this build. I'll give you guys an S+, I won't give you an SS, though. I forgot my S for this one. 1 second. Alright, there we go. We got sword and shield greatsword, which we think we've already voted on. Have we already voted on this? Yeah, let's cut this one out. If you voted, re-vote. I am gonna move this to sword and shield bow. Let them repeat. I want to see if they're consistent. Nope. Yeah, so revote if you did the other one, but this is sword and shield bow. I've seen this honestly in arena a little bit. Like, it's a little bit off meta at this point. It has an identity crisis. Yeah, it kind of does. Might be good with Butcher and Lasting Rain. I didn't think about that. You guys got between F, B, S, and A. I'm going to give that a C. I am probably going to give it a C-. Like, you could play it, but it's like, it's very awkward. Alright, we got Sword and Shield Warhammer. For anyone that is just joining, we are rating a bunch of OPR builds for how good they are in solo queue. So, OPR win rate's only important metric in New World. I mean, true, but not really. So, Sword and Shield Warhammer, it can do stuff. I don't know if I've seen it as common, but you could, like, this is good in 3v3 for sure. It's kind of annoying in 3v3. I don't know if it's as good as some other builds, but it's definitely annoying. You guys got a lot of A's. Have you guys seen this build a lot? I haven't seen it too much in OPR. Sticky plus CC. It's a season 2 build, not gonna lie. Yeah. I'm probably gonna give it a B, to be honest. Like, I think it does something, but I don't know if it's like that insane. This is good OPR for Zerg play. Yeah, that's fair. Not like a VG flow, but a lot of utility. Yeah. Alright, we got Sword Hatchet. The OG Assassin. Is always better, but it will survive. Yeah. Sword Hatchet's like the OG kind of nuker build. Also good at just running around the map. It's outdated, to be fair. Yeah. It is dated. But I think the bright spot for this one is, like, it's very good from a solo queue perspective. Like, this is a build that can do a lot as a solo. I think Hatchet is outdated these days. It's fine B in my opinion. Yeah, I'll end the poll. You guys got a B. I'm probably going to put it in B too. Like, it can be used, but there's better stuff. It's much better now due to featherweight. Much better armor. I didn't think about that one before, actually. Featherweight could make that better. Alright, we got Sword Blunderbuss. Another kind of OG combo build. When the OG, it was nuts. Yeah. Sword Blunderbuss used to be the one-shot combo build that everyone ran. It no longer works as a one-shot combo, but you can use it for certain things. Like you run around with the sword, get people that leadership, and then when you get close and personal, you whip out the Blunderbuss. It's a lot of S's. I think this is going to be a quick S. You offhand pass? Oh, if you offhand pass, it's kind of interesting. Oh, now we got some C's. It's actually like closer than I want to like I originally thought it would be. Like that's probably like an A plus. Remake the poll. I think chat confused S and S with spear. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. I could remake it. Could do a runoff. I'm gonna do like a 30-second poll though as a runoff for Sword and Shield Blunderbuss. I think this build's like really annoying and still makes it like good at destroying stam. S and A or S and B and some A. All right, I think that's all the votes we got. So I'm gonna put that in A for you guys because I think that's the middle. I am probably gonna be a little bit controversial, and I think this can be S tier in OPR because it's able to run very well. It's able to exhaust. Like it's just very good at like kind of crowd controlling, and from a solo standpoint, I think it works decently well. But from a group standpoint, I think it falls down more. You haven't seen that in a year, no way. Yeah, I don't think it's like popular, but I think it still can do decently well as a solo build. Alright, this is Sword Great Axe. So this is like the kind of the Tedster build, if you guys know that player. It's because Flail's the new. True. For anyone joining that wasn't here, we're rating solo queue OPR builds. I have your guys' rating and I'm doing my rating, and this will eventually be turned into a video. Probably not tomorrow, but the next day. I think this you can do stuff with this, but it requires a pocket healer, so I'm saying it's A. You guys are between A and C and B and F, so that's looking like a B. Maybe a B minus. Yeah, I think it averages out to be like a B minus. Mobility on this is fun. Yeah, I think it still works. It's just a little bit deprecated. Maybe I'm just a fan of the OG builds. You guys are knocking them down a bit more than me. Sword Spear still works, in my opinion. This is used in War a lot. I think it's less used in OPR. Honestly, if I think this is like an A, the others should not be an A though. Like this should be a B if I think this is an A. Because this is like, it can't, well, no, I still think this is S, because I think you can carry with this without a pocket healer. This one, I don't think you can. A lot of nostalgia in both polls. Yeah. I'm surprised you don't see more S in the Spear. Yeah, I'm a little surprised. It's kind of, it's like older, but it's still good. With Scorpion, true. Okay, this is the only Rapier one I did. But I have seen Rapier Ice Gauntlet unironically used in OPR with mixed results. I don't think there's another build where I've seen Rapier main-handed, though. But I have seen this build played, so I felt like it deserved to be on the list. I'm split. Yeah, it's a weird build. I think the interesting part with this is with Finisher, you can actually do a ton of damage, and specifically in OPR, this kind of goes crazy. You have to be good at it, but it does go crazy. Yeah. Rapier main hand with Bolt is going to be nasty. True. I've seen trolls get me like 30 plus kills, but I've never seen other people hit anything. Rapiers, people can't play force and finish on moving targets. It's the force and finish one shot. Yeah, it's a one shot build. I think you guys got a B minus there. I think this is a very underrated in OPR. I think it's an A. Because you can have really good mobility, but also good damage with it. And it's like very hard to like track that build down. Like it's just like very hard to kill. I went B because of skill cap. Yeah, that's fair. Farming for YouTube short highlight clips, which is what OPR is all about. True. If you get caught out, you're screwed. Yeah, it's a very skill intensive build. And it's not really good in anything else outside of its 3v3 and OPR. If every Rapier IG I see spam evade and tomb. True. So this is Firestaff Great Axe. I'm thinking the Abyss here. Oh, I don't know if that was clear before, but this is the Abyss. Since we, on this one, nerf Abyss. You guys got carry with some help. I think this one's cool because you can do like the range side and you can do the melee side, and it's honestly really good at both. But you do need a little bit of help for this build. I'm gonna give it an A+. I think it's like borderline really good, but I think you need a little bit of help, and then it can do a lot. Every Firestaff build is gonna be at least A in solo queue. I mean, yeah, that's kind of the nature of it. Do I have Firestaff Lifestaff? Oh yeah, this is unironically played. I forgot about this. I forgot this is unironically played by some people. I'm moving this down a little bit. Why? Because you can go flamethrower with heavy. Yeah, you can go flamethrower with heavy. This is like the build that the PvEers go. Yikes. I think in December this might be the most broken build of the Artifact Lifestaff. Look at that split. Oh god. I think it's a C average right now. I suppose got roasted by it. Yeah, if you've been against it, you've been against it. It's one of those. Problem is, it's a 3v3 build. Yeah, it's not meant for OPR, but people still play it in OPR. I think that got B minus somehow. I'm giving that a C. Alright, we got Firestaff Musket. I know this is a weird build, and it's unironically played. This is like the, hey guys, I just installed New World build. I want to shoot things and pretend I'm a COD player, but I also want to be like a wizard. Okay, this might be ended early. Yeah, I'm ending the poll early, I think. Yeah, I'm ending the poll early. I had to put it on there because it's unironically played a little bit. Not much, though. Alright, you got Firestaff, Blunderbuss. This is typically played with Pestilence. It's a very meta PvP build. Okay, ever ending that. Wait, is that an SS? I think that's our first SS. Yeah, that's our first SS. See, this is what I mean by SS. Yeah, if you get like that many S's, that's an SS. We got Firestaff, Ice Gauntlet, the OG Firestaff build. You can play it with Spike, can play it without Spike. It's whatever you guys think is best there. Yeah, everyone's been roasted by this build at some point. It's one shot if you build single target and you play an AoE. Do we count the new artifact? No, this is not with new artifact. This is current patch. But with the new artifact, I think this gets better. A, just because IG carries your team so hard and Firestaff is broken. B, let me redo this real quick and just make it clear it's without new artifacts. Yeah, that's the artifact. Yeah. I think when the artifact comes out, this is very good. But some people still play it, so many people try Blunderbuss and are somehow terrible with it. Yeah, this build's good for them, I think. I'm gonna give it an A. Like it's very solid, but I don't know if it like hard carries. Like the Peslic can hard carry. This is like just good. Is this gonna be a YouTube video? It's the part where I go over stuff. I'm gonna do like a longer one with mostly this uncut, and then I'm gonna do a shorter one with just the rankings. So people can kind of see both depending on what they want, because I know some people don't like the longer format, but some people like it because it's like more discussion based, a little bit more interactive. We all like uncut vids. Alright, I think this is getting A. Alright, we got Firestaff, Void Gauntlet. You can pair this with the Void Gauntlet artifact. I think it is bugged. I don't think it does as much damage as it's supposed to be doing off the dot effect, but you can apply a rend off of this. I like 10 seconds videos with Subway Surfers below. Alright. It is, I made this. Yeah. Firestaff VG is just a weaker Firestaff Pest. I tend to agree. B, just because Firestaff is broken garbage. Yeah, this is getting B from you guys. I've got to agree. Like it's good, but I think there's better options. And the slow from IG I think is more impactful than the rend that you get from the VG. Oh shoot, I messed up my letters. Oh, could I do this actually? No. Wait, yeah, this does work. Oh wait. Yeah. Oh, current. Oh yeah, we messed that up. Sorry. That way this can actually end up in the vid. We got 31 here, so we're on the Lifestaff stuff. Let me move this to the side real quick. Does it have Lifestaff? If so, yeah, it does have Lifestaff. It does have Lifestaff, so I'm just gonna put it in S for me. Yeah, I know, chat is gonna disappear. I don't know a way to like freeze it besides like external programs that you download, so I'll just manage it. I think you guys get S. Most of these Lifestaff builds I think are gonna end up in S. Now I'm gonna get judged when I mistype stuff. I don't think most. Yeah. So this is with the Greatsword. You can use this to escape, but it's like kind of whack. I have seen this a little bit in the past, but it's like not very common. Alright, you guys got Fs. I'm probably going to put it in C because it's still a Lifestaff, and Lifestaffs and OPRs are still carries in my opinion. Like, they still do something. So, like, if you had to run this, you could run it, but it's, like, not good. Yeah, the new gems are going to change this a lot, which I think will be kind of fun to look at in the future. Alright, we got 33. We got Lifestaff Sword. This build is, like, actually decent for stunning people and escaping. But the third ability on it's a little bit more awkward. Like if you've been versus it, it can be annoying at times, but I don't know if it's like insane on its own. Stun plus defenders resolve into sacred. Yeah. It's one of those builds I think the right player can make pretty good. I know Baboon plays this build occasionally, but it's not super common. Yeah, I think we're looking at low A right now. I'll let this run on. I'm gonna give this an A because I've seen Baboon do it, but it's Baboon and he plays a lot of weird builds. Like he plays Lifestaff Warhammer too. I think this is low A from you guys averaged out. Oh wait, messed that up, but yeah, you get the idea. Alright. Got Lifestaff, Rapier. From what I've seen, this build isn't very good in OPR. It, like, you know, doesn't live well enough. You just get jumped by 20 monkeys and you just fall over. There's a reason why every healer's complaining about it. The SABC test clashes with the chat. What do you want me to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I was trying to see if I could bait anyone to not voting S. I'm just trying to see if it gets SS at this point. You can kite decently already. Rapier makes it 100% better. Yeah. Should be SS. I think I'll give it to you with the SS. That's good enough to get it. It wasn't as fast as the other one though, so it's between SS and S plus. Yeah, no, people are definitely trolling. I don't think I'm gonna give any SSs. I'm just gonna cap myself out at pluses. This is Lifestaff, Firestaff. We've already voted on this. Let's get rid of it. Lifestaff. Very good build. Lifestaff Warhammer. Imagine if he could Lifestaff. You could just cast everything twice. This is better if Repulsing Clear Out existed. Tell chat the and Tierlist text are in the same spot. Oh, I mean this is the chat spot. Oh, was I off on the build? Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I'm on 35, Lifestaff Warhammer. This is like a Baboon special, but I think it's fallen off a bit. Yeah. It's not. Oh, it is. Yeah, my bad. I see what you mean now. Shit. We could do that? Yeah, I see it now. That's my bad. I'm trolling a little bit. Not raid. We're not there yet. We'll do a little bit of OPR today too. Alright, we got Lifestaff Hatchet. My bad, guys. I trolled you a bit. AA. You think it's a AA battery? I think this is a good war tech, but I don't think it's a good OPR tech. And in war, it's interesting because you can basically infinitely run away, and you have like anti-stagger potential. So it's like I think it's better in war than it is in OPR. It's underrated. Yeah. It is a very conditional build, but a lot of these healer builds are conditional once you get down here. Okay, I'm gonna end it there. We're at A. I tend to agree. It's good in certain spots, but it's not good all the time. Alright, we got 37. This is Lifestaff Blunderbuss. So this is the... I want to help someone that's doing something offensively, and I kind of want to live a little bit too. So I got the Blunderbuss just to net shot someone and just see what happens. One of my friends played this a ton, unironically decent. Net shot is insane, and blast shot is solid too. Yeah, I have a hard time like chasing this build, like in particular. Claw shot out of danger. Okay, I don't think we go that hard. Okay, next patch it actually could do damage though. No. Voting ass because she made it look good. Keck. Alright. Playing splitting grenades in a clump equals win. I mean, true, it has utility. Quash at the ground for 8 stam every second. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Lifestaff autos refresh and move are pretty good. I think you guys are high B. I think this is like probably a low A for me. Like it's not bad in certain spots, but it's generally not good. Alright, we got Lifestaff Great Axe. Claw shot this tech. Some kid rumbles you, slow him, exhaust him for 9 hours. Yeah, it's a meme build, but it's actually not that bad. Lifestaff Great Axe is kind of a charge out situation for the most part. It doesn't actually do a ton offensively, from what I've seen. But you can also like kind of chase people down a little bit because you can run the movement from Bloodlust. Yeah, it's just charge basically. It's Lifestaff with charge, and charge has grit. So the Reap slow. Yeah, there's some combos with this. I think you guys are split. There's some people that have seen it, and there's some people that haven't seen it. But that's overall like a B minus. Whirlwind's great for evade too. A Bloodlust work with free look, it would be best. True. Alright, that's a C now. That's still a C, I think, with S and F, they kind of balance out, and then C's in the middle. I think it's probably a C as well. I don't see it being much better. Lifestaff Ice Gauntlet. This is like a mostly used, I think, in war as a tech in fort, where there's like less room to maneuver. And Ice Gauntlet can help you versus larger groups, versus Rapier's better at as a 1v1. This build will be really good next patch, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think it'll be bad at all. Because the Ice Pylon will actually do a lot of damage next patch. I've seen it in 3 seconds cleanse plus shower. Slept on because of Ice Shower alone. Yeah, it's just basically Ice Shower with a Lifestaff. Alright, I'm going to end this early and just give it A for you guys. I'm going to give this S because it's solo queue, and if you run this in solo queue, I'm very happy. Like, it's a very good solo queue build. Like, if you're considering, like, a solo queue carrying, like, that's, like, a very solid build. Alright, we got Lifestaff Void Gauntlet. It's a greedier variant, but there's honestly less good kill squads typically in OPR, so it could still do things. Yeah, the main weakness of this build is it could be Dove, but an OPR with the skill level being a little bit less good, you have the potential to heal more with this build than a typical Lifestaff, I think. Absolutely zero defensive apart from screams. I mean, you got your ult too, right? Stone form, which you'll get pretty quickly. S with Void. Ah, yes, the PvE build. All right, I think you guys got an A here. I'm gonna give this like a lower S. Like a no, I'm gonna give it an S. I still think it's like one of those builds I'm very happy if someone runs. Next up, we got the troll build, quote unquote, the Lifestaff, but I want to run Scorpion Sting for some reason. It's OPR though, just stand near the stairs and you're invincible. Yeah. Lifestaff Spear, great for the board healer who wants to Scorpion people. More tech I have not seen in Wars. Yeah, it's kind of a quirky build. It's for Scorpion. Oh my god. You have extra stam. The sleep is not awful. Stams for Scorpion. Oh god, you guys like the Scorpion, don't you? Oh, there's some Fs in there. We got some realists. Some people are like, no, get this out of here. We make this pull. We can make this SS. I don't think this one's one that we probably don't need to remake. It's a good meme build though. I see life bubbles are C tier. Chat failed this test. Lifestaff with no offhands to at least B. Yeah. I still think this is good because it has a Lifestaff. You can't go wrong with many of the Lifestaff builds. S tier? How? It has a Lifestaff. You have a Lifestaff and OPR, you're just gonna do things. I think we already did Bow Greatsword. But we could see what you guys end up with. See if you get the same thing. I'll do a quick one, like a 30-second. Yeah, I know. I want to see if you guys are consistent, though. Unless people don't want to vote. I'll give it like 15 seconds. I'm voting S even though it's objectively A in my opinion. Leave it. Alright, fine. You guys got B- before, and that is more of a B+ looking angle. See, chat's not perfectly consistent. We got bow, sword, we've already done this. I'm not gonna do it twice to you guys. We got bow, rapier now. Here we go. Fucking rats. It is one of those builds. Yeah, I think I got an SS. F? Who voted F? Both with the bolt and the finisher? No, here's the thing with me. I think this is like, if I see this in OPR, it's... Most people are not going to be insane with this build, but some are. So I'm going to give it an S- personally, but I think this is an SS level, like, vote. Like, I think most people in OPR are not going to hard carry with that build, but there are definitely some that will. Yeah, I love it when you close the distance versus that. They pull out the Rapier and then they just one-shot you with all the bleed stacks, and it's like, wait a second. Bow Musket. Kind of a legacy build at this point. I think it's better in next patch with the stun, but not too much better. It's the same Greatsword Hatchet argument. It's good. It's a nuke for good players, throw for bad ones. Yeah, exactly. New bow musket build is just all the dots, right? C tier, you have no escape. Yeah, this is a greedy build. But it is OPR, so you have the range bonus. I think you guys are ending B here, like pretty much on the dot. I'm gonna give it a B as well. Like I think it aligns there. This is 44. We got bow hatchet. This is a build that EU used to run all the time. Then hatchet got nerfed a bit. And now it's still interesting, but I don't think it's used as much. Bow social distance is nasty. Used to be decent when Death Defy was mad overpowered. Yeah. A tier finisher is just better. Finisher does more damage. B plus, but Rapier invalidates it. Yeah. For a social distancing cooldown is like 4 seconds. I think that's the best part about this build. Is it's like very good at living. But you lose a lot of DPS for running it. I think you guys have an A- average there. I'm probably going to give it a B plus. Because I'm marking it down a little bit because it's bow and OPR, and most bow players and OPRs don't know what they're doing. We got 45 here. This is bow Void Gauntlet. This is with the artifact Void Gauntlet. Basically just lets your bow do more damage and has a good dot based effect. Second SS incoming. I definitely think it's good. Who came up with this autistic measurement? SSSABCF? It's like grades, but when you get into video games, they start going S and then they go SS. There's no D. Just do 1 through 5 or 1 through 10 at that point. Yeah, but that's less fun. Numbers are boring. Also, I can only do 1 through 5, technically. Alright, we got an A. I think that averages out to be an A plus sort of thing. I think it aligns. It's like very easy to get value with that build though. Honestly, it's like borderline A like S minus just because it's very easy to get value with that. Like you just stand there and shoot and you just do things. Like I don't S. Oops. I'm autoing again. Got bow spear. See you guys in an hour. We love the new Twitch ads. No one's gonna rate the bow spear? What build is this? I think this build is like good with the Scorpion in particular, because you could pull people in and then finish people off, but it's more of a group play build than a solo build. This looks like an A. I'm gonna give it a B. I think it's a little bit weaker than that. We got Musket Rapier. I'm grabbing this and moving it down, but this is Musket Rapier. So it's the better Musket build. Oh yeah. It's 47, not 45. Typoed, my bad. I think this one's a little bit better. I'm probably going to skip a few of these upcoming with the musket. This is an A. Yeah. Alright, I think we can end there. I guess this is just the best one that you can run right now. I'm gonna get rid of Musket Bow because we already did that. I'm gonna get rid of Musket Hatchet because I think that's Troll. I'm gonna get rid of Musket Blunderbuss because I think that's Troll. Musket Void Gauntlet we can do though. Oh shoot, did I just lose everything? Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, I'll type it out again. Actually, I think I might have a copy paste for it. I don't. No, wait, no, I do. I have to pull it up though. Let me pull it up in the background. What about Bo Blunderbuss? No, we're not talking about that one. It's not bad though, honestly. Like that's one of the slightly better bad builds. Sorry if the screen's going crazy. I'm trying to pull up a thing. See how consistent chat is. Pestilence in the clumps. Yeah, I don't know about that. Technically can. Alright. You guys got B. I tend to think this is honestly better. Well, no, it's not better than the Rapier, but it hits very, very hard. Like, I still think it's an A. Like, it does a lot, but it's less good at living. You got Blunderbuss, Firestaff. We've already done that. Which ones haven't we done yet? Blunderbuss, Warhammer we haven't done. Hatchet, Ice Gauntlet. Yeah, these are all good. I lost my entire pull system. I'm gonna have to. I have it copied on a different sheet though. It's okay. Even though I'm derping. There we go. Keep 49. Yeah, 49 BB Warhammer here. Hit the OG Pakuk build. The silliest of silly. Probably doesn't work as well now. This is a build that people want to be good so bad, but it's not very good. Yeah, I've only seen like 1 or 2 people actually make this work. Alright, that's a B from you guys. I tend to agree. Like maybe a B minus. Like it's good, but it's not generally like best in slot. I remember when the New World macro users with this. Yeah, that was the time. That was the fun part. We got Blunderbuss Hatchet, and thank you for ready for the prime. I appreciate it. Got BB Hatchet here, so this is the run around the map. You'll never die as BB. You can provide some value. It has some one-shot potential, but it's like not super consistent. Won't die or do anything, Keck. Yeah, I mean, it can do stuff at times, I think. I think F's a bit harsh. Rambo is troll. Alright. I think it's probably still getting an F. Oh, nope, not anymore. Now we're at C minus. BB Hatchet users are just bad in OPR. Yeah, I haven't seen a good BB Hatchet user. You guys got a C minus. I tend to agree, but I'm probably going to say F just because I don't want people running this in my games. That's a D. Yeah. But I can't do that many letters. I can only do 5 letters. We got Blunderbuss Ice Gauntlet. It's a not very commonly played build. I think kind of exclusive to 1v1s. Pet. Yeah, no, this is good. I don't think I'm going to give you guys the SS for this. I'll give you the S+, but I'm not going to give you the SS. I'm going to give it an S+, but I'll only let chat get the next the SS. Next patch, this build is really, really stupid. Yeah, I agree. This patch is very good. Okay, I'll give you an SS at that point. We got Blunderbuss Void Gauntlet. This is sort of a greedier variant that some people play. I know I play this variant a lot because I'm not as good at aiming, so it's just like it does more damage basically. It just does more damage. But you're also a lot squishier. This is the 3v3 fuck healer build. Yeah, exactly. It's a 3v3 build that you can bring in OPR. Alright, I'm gonna end the poll. That's a very clear A. We got Greatsword Flail. We're on to, or sorry, Great Axe Flail. We're on to our Great Axe here. I feel like BBVG is just better queuing with a group than solo. No Bow Rapier. I am offended. We went over Bow Rapier already. Bow Rapier got S, or like, you didn't put BB Firestaff? No, because we already rated Firestaff BB. I think. Yeah, we already did Firestaff BB. It was SS. Great Axe Flail dupe. Yes. Let's see how consistent you guys are. Nope, not really consistent. Let me throw that up there. Great Axe, Greatsword. Did we do Great Axe, Greatsword already? Yeah, we did. I think we've done most of these. We haven't done this. Was SNS Warhammer F? I don't think we did SNS Warhammer. That's one I need to add on to here. I didn't put a lot of SNS builds. Or I'll double check that. But this is Great Axe Sword. Yeah, no, we did it. We did it. But this is Great Axe Sword, so it's like an engage build. Wait, did we do this already? Yeah, we did. Okay, I've been trolling. I think we need to make sure we're voting on ones that actually exist. Great Axe Warhammer. Yeah, we haven't done that one yet. This one's actually really interesting. I'm kind of curious what you guys are going to think for this. Remember, this is a solo queue tier list. But it is very interesting. I'm about to get hatred. Yeah. Great Axe Warhammer, really bad solo queue in my opinion. S with the pocket heal, C if alone. Yeah, it's like a very polarizing weapon from a solo queue standpoint. I'm only making this list out of solo queue stuff because I think without the solo queue aspect, it's like a little bit too cheesy. And then, sorry, I'm trying to paste the thing. Oh, here it is. No. There we go. We're a bit split. I think this is the definition of A. Can carry with some help. If you have a decent amount of help, this is a hard carry build. But if you don't have help, this is terrible. Yeah, as a Lifestaff, it just looks for the Grax Warhammer Pocket OPR. Yeah, it's kind of the build that you give resources, it does things. Easy wins, true. You just gotta pocket the right person. Any mercy mains? Just kidding. Great Axe Hatchet. Yeah, this is an OG build. I don't think it's as common now. You could put as light as a soft assassin. In medium, it's just basically better at living. Oh fuck! I just had a launch memory. Yeah, this was played a lot at launch and has not been played much since. We got a B- or C+ right now. Get one more vote to break the tie, maybe. Great Axe Hatchet at launch with light armor SS. Oh yeah, no, that thing was crazy at launch. I'm gonna round up here and give you guys the B- by instead of the C+. I think this is like B because it lives pretty well, but it can't carry as hard as the other builds. Like from a living standpoint, I'm gonna bump it up a little bit more than it would probably be worth, just because it lives in solo queue, and a lot of builds like kind of struggle to live, so it's like good at that. I might give it a B+, honestly, because it lives like really well in solo queue. All right, we're at Great Axe Blunderbuss. Somebody in this chat likes this build a lot. Best flex build in the game. It could bruise, it could delete people. Insanely underrated. I think Duke played this build a lot. Oh my gosh, that is the most polarizing poll. That's going to end up with a B. That's my punch my monitor build. I think the criminal part about this is you can't use the Abyss because you have no way to get rid of your mana. But if you could use the Abyss, this would be insane. Haven't seen this build once in dozens of OPRs. It's pretty much one or two people did it. I'm going to give it an A alone because Crush dropped 34 last time I played with him and he ran this and we're in the same OPR group. So I'll give it an A just for Crush. We got Great Axe Ice Gauntlet. This is the Abyss build. It sounds fun. Stats are 350 strength, 50 int, 200 con. Alright, alright. You definitely did damage. You were nuking the clumps. Grabbing a spike. This is like, you just dump your mana, and then you use the Abyss. A, now S. You can use the Abyss with this. This is the main thing. If you next patch, you use the Great Axe with the Ice Gem, I guess. So yeah, you could use it next patch too. It might be better than Abyss, but right now this is an Abyss build. Burnout shot in the face is good. Why not charge shot in the face? Yeah. Alright, we got an A. I tend to think it's an A, probably an A- in OPR, but I think it's a little bit better in War, but still not very popular in War. Like, I think it's still an A in War. You got Great Axe Voice Gauntlet. Ice Gauntlet has so much upside next patch, it's not funny. Ice Gauntlet's stupid next patch. Especially the wind chill part. That's the most stupid part. For anyone that's just joining, we're doing ratings of OPR solo queue builds. Let me write that in there because I deleted it. So this is Great Axe Void Gauntlet. This is typically used with the Abyss. People use the Void Gauntlet to dump mana. They'll give themselves the Tether for the Empower, and you just nuke. It is very healer dependent, in my opinion, though, but this is like one of those builds that's like, fuck, I want to change my vote? Okay. It's insanely healer dependent? Yeah, it's probably going to end up in S. You want to put it as S? Were you B before Tactical? Okay, so it's going to end up in A. I'm borderline thinking A+, but I don't think it quite gets there. We got the one Void Gauntlet build I'm going to rate because I don't think the other ones are that real. We already did Flail VG for people that were coming in late. IGVG my baby. I've been running healers for my voting because a lot jump massively. I think the thing with this build is like if you have keen speed, it's really good in OPR, but if you don't have keen speed, it's like a lot worse. You also kind of need the mag gloves, the shot caller build. Yeah, it's one of those shot caller builds. Keen speed IG vis? Not on the VG? You like it on the IG? That's interesting. What do you proc it off of? The tomb? Solo carries the whole team? Yeah. It's if you're getting rolled with this build though, like you still get rolled. So I'm probably gonna give it an A because when you get rolled with this build, you still really get rolled, but it is very, very good assuming that both teams have equal-ish amounts of healers. Spike if you're a Chad. I'll give it an A+, but it's like it's still a healer dependent in my opinion. But not necessarily for you, but for other people in your team. Alright, we're at 59. This is Spear Flail. We got some quirky spear ones. These are mostly combinations with jab. We might have already rated this one. Yeah, we did. Okay, let's scrap that. We already did Spear Greatsword. We already did Spear Sword. We didn't do Spear Rapier. We didn't do Spear Warhammer. We didn't do Spear Hatchet. We didn't do Spear Blunderbuss. And I think we have like one or two other builds we have to add at the end here. Spear Great Axe, I think we did. And then the rest of these... Okay, I'm going to cut Spear Void Gauntlet. I don't think that one's real. But the others are. So let me end this poll and then redo this. And then let me know if I missed any that you guys... I'll go back through it, but let me know if I missed any that you could think of too. I could think of SNS-based tank builds. Yeah, the Spear Great Axe. Okay, yeah, we could do... Do we do Spear Great Axe? Great Axe. No, we didn't do Spear Great Axe. Yeah, we could add that back in. I need to add it within this. I'll add it back in there. So this is 59. This is Spear Rapier. Should do shields. I'd just say just think of it as your best, as the best possible shield. So if you think it's the best use as a tank, just rate it for that. If we try to do light, medium, heavy, or shields, it's just gonna get very complicated very fast. Countered by Vigor. Yeah, this build is countered by Vigor. To a degree, but if you have the bleed extension stuff, it's actually not countered by Vigor. It's like a very weird thing because Vigor works off the base, not the multiplicative part of other things. We got A. I tend to agree. Like it's very good, but it's not like insane. Spear Warhammer. I can't say I've seen this build a lot, but it technically is viable. Kite Shield with no sword, S tier. Yeah, I don't know about that. Kite Shield with the Flail. The mobility went crazy before, but now it's weaker with medium dodge, not having stam reduction. Yeah. I guess the Spear Warhammer is sort of like a... You have the pull, and you can do pull and the stun, and then you can use this... Oh, no, this is the stun combo build, isn't it? Isn't this the cheese? No, it's spear and sword is a stun combo build. This is a different stun combo build, though. You could stun combo with this. I think this suffers from meta. Yeah. The only spot I could see this build getting value is like a stun combo where you pull someone in into like stagger / lockdowns. Freedom. Yeah, it's a soft stun lockout, but people are slippery. Yeah, it like almost works. You guys got like a C- there. I tend to agree. Like it's not... I'm probably going to give it an F, to be honest. Like I think it almost works, but it doesn't quite work. And because it doesn't quite work, it's just like probably not worth even thinking about going too crazy with. So we got Spear Hatchet now. I don't know what this build exactly does alone, but it's definitely a decent PvE build. Like from a PvE standpoint, this is one of the best builds that you can run. But yeah, that's a PvE build. Yeah. It used to be good, but Hatch is broken. Superman now, though. Yeah. I'm probably gonna give it a C myself. It nukes a single person and they run away, repeat. Yeah, pretty much. I think you guys are at a B minus right now. Now to C. It's OPR though. Spear Hatchet's still broken in OPR. That's true. You can live very well with this. I might do a runoff here. I think I think this is one that's probably worth doing a runoff. Because you guys are like really, really split. Nothing like a Zephyr Cake on Hatchet. True. I don't think I was thinking about the OPR thing as much. I'm gonna make this quick though. I'm gonna give it this like 15 more seconds. I'm probably gonna give it a B now, considering it's OPR and you can zoom around a bit. So I kind of tend to agree. Like it's not bad, but I don't know if it's insane. We got a funny one coming up here. There's a lot of hype for this build when the expansion first came out. There's a lot of hype. People thought this was going to be hard meta. Everyone was going to be running this. F. Put an F right away. It might be one of the more overhyped builds. I don't know if it's F bad though. The idea was he could pull someone in and then he could blow them up with a blunderbuss. It was like a very consistent combo. It's a major skill check. Pull looks like an F. Yeah. I've seen this drop 40, but also miss. Yeah, it's like it can work either very well or terribly. I'm probably gonna give it an A plus because I think this is one of those builds that you can absolutely absolutely solo queue carry with. It's just like very good. A plus is fair if possible. Like I think a decent amount of people are able to solo queue. Low impact kill sometimes though. Yeah, it's true. But also it's like you just hit a healer who's free casting and goodbye. Spear Great Axe. This is one that we thought we did and didn't actually do. Do we do SNS Warhammer? That's one I need to add in here. This is a nostalgic build. Spear Great Axe. Firestaff Rapier got missed also. Oh, yeah, we need to do Firestaff Rapier. We did SNS Warhammer? No, we didn't. I don't have SNS... No, did we? Oh, we did. Yeah, you're right. Okay, we could turn this into Firestaff Rapier. We got a C. Yeah, that's fair. Spear Ice Gauntlet. I think I've made a name for myself off overhyping this build a little bit, but it's still used. It's actually used in war right now, but not a very common war build. It's like a 1 or 2 slaughter. It's just a lockdown build. OPR micro? I know. In OPR, you can pull people and then you can drop them with stuff. It's like, it's not bad. I've actually played this on stream in OPR. I think this will be disrupting as a definer next patch. Yeah, this is going to be a build that gets a lot better next patch. B just because Ice Shower and a Squirt. Yeah, that's literally, like, it's just Ice Shower and a Squirt. I forget what my definition of B was. I'm just not going to have it there. We'll do a William definition. B, C, and F tied? So that's a C. I'm going to give it a B just because of Vic and because it's me and I like this build. We got Firestaff Rapier now. This is the last one unless we miss something. So, I think we got another SS. I think that's our last SS. I'm gonna give it like probably an S minus. I think there's better Firestaff variants, but it's very good.